episode 57 of the 3 Count Out podcast. We are coming to you live, beginning the road to WrestleMania, because last weekend we had the Royal Rumble, and there's some new shows apparently coming out from WWE. What? Who? I have no idea. I just learned about this. Also, is John Cena going for number 17? He said so. I believe him. We'll talk about it more. And if that wasn't enough, today's the 8th, but tomorrow on the 9th is the Super Bowl. And we're going to watch the Birds take it home, baby. Oh, it's going to be so good. Oh, I'm already hard just thinking about it. My name is Era V1, and this week I'm joined by 3 dudes jumping on the Eagles bandwagon with me. We got Mike, we got Jacko, we got FGK.
Yeah, can you stop poking me in the leg with that thing? I'd appreciate it.
I'm sorry, it's got a mind of its own. It knows what it likes.
Jeez.
It's the beard, man.
I know what I like, and it's money. And I'm putting $50,000 on the Eagles to go up by 50 points.
That's about right.
I'm the tooth that Otis slapped out of the mouth of Chad Gable at the Royal Rumble. My name's Jackal.
That was a... Oh, yeah.
Dude,
yeah, landed in Pat McAfee's lap.
Did you not see Otis slap the fucking taste out of Chad Gable's mouth?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Nah, I must have missed that one. I was making dinner while the Rumble was going on.
Oh,
Otis slapped Chad
Also,
Gable. Michael Cole called it a frying pan. Something flew out of his mouth. And Pat McAfee went, "Did a tooth just land in my lap?" It was the best fucking thing ever.
That was the stiffest slap I have ever seen on WWE programming. He slapped the bitch into Chad Gable.
Oh my god! Well, I gotta look that shit up.
Well, I mean, you could have looked it up before the episode. But, you know, speaking of bitches and slaps, we can have, gentlemen, I think we are only...
It wasn't a part of the Rumble.
He said bitches, not racist.
Oh, sorry.
Hogan was there?
What's the difference?
Hogan was on McAfee today, and McAfee cooked him hard. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, I got booed because of politics, dude. Yeah, and the other stuff.
Of course, all that.
Did you also see the part? Did you also see the part where Hogan said that he expected to get booed because the last time he was in L.A., he was a heel. He was doing Hollywood Hogan in WCW. Brother, nobody in that building cares about WCW. Nobody in that building was booing you because of fucking Hollywood Hogan that you did in the 90s. Nobody gives a shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's the so fucking tone deaf, and then turn around and agree with what McAfee said afterwards too was fucking hilarious.
Because he has no fucking clue.
Yeah.
He doesn't. It went right over his head. He had no idea. He didn't give a shit.
Like yes, but
then
anyways,
well, hold on. Well, speaking of Hogan, I know you guys don't watch the Undertaker's podcast, but. It just so happened that The Undertaker put out an episode today where they were talking about the Raw debut on Netflix because they record a whole bunch of stuff in batches. And in the episode, they were talking about Hogan going out and getting booed. And they were like, so, did you see Hogan backstage afterwards? Like, how did you feel about him? And Undertaker's like, he's like, well, you know, there was a certain pop that happened with that, you know, we'll call it an ego pop. We'll call it that. It's like, yeah, dude, you know it's bad when even company guy Undertaker is like, I don't want anything to do with Hulk Hogan. Like,
damn.
I mean, if being associated with Hulk Hogan right now is not going to be good for your image. There's no bringing him back from the brink. It's disassociate.
And that is why, as of officially, I'd like to state on the record, Iron Sheik was right. Fuck Hulk Hogan. But
such a brave take, you brave soul.
Way to go, Iron Sheik.
That's not the only media cooking that happened today, because Roger Goodell also did a little press conference about the Super Bowl. And they asked him how he felt about people online talking about the officiating going towards the Chiefs. And of course, Roger Goodell said, and I quote, "I don't think we have that problem." And that is tone deaf, because you definitely have that fucking problem.
Of course.
I still stand by the fact that this year, this 2024 season in the playoffs, it was not that egregious.
No,
one
but
call
the
with
past
the
the
Texans.
past 2.5 years or 3 years.
Oh yeah, everything else past that point, of course.
The regular season was awful.
Yeah.
The regular season was bad.
I
Very
mean,
bad.
to be fair, the Lions with their ragtag bunch shouldn't have made it to 15-1. The Kansas City refs shouldn't have even made it to like 8 wins.
There's like compilations on TikTok where everybody goes through each individual win. Like, if it wasn't for a blocked field goal, if it wasn't for the toe, if it wasn't for this pass interference, if it wasn't for this missed call, if it wasn't for the fumble, but it was also ruled down and also Chiefs ball and bada 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 bada. Like, at most, I think the Chiefs would be maybe a 7-win team this year instead of here, let me check my notes. 15-2.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So there's a chance. There's a reality where the Bills were actually the number 1 seed and got all the home games.
Well, this is what we talked about on the one that you weren't here. With the statement that you just said, I do believe that is true. Would that have mattered for Josh Allen? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah.
That's
a
fair.
little bit better.
Because like he had opportunities to beat Patrick Mahomes at the playoffs at home before, and he still didn't fucking do it. So unfortunately, the Chiefs are a different fucking beast in the playoffs. If you don't like it, beat them. And I said it last time, the only 2 people that have done it are Joe Burrow and Tom Brady. And one of them's not even played football.
And it will be also Jalen Hurts. Throw him on the end of that list. Put it up there.
I don't know. I'm starting to get nervous about everything. I'm feeling all the black magic voodoo flowing through the air right now. I'm getting a little uncomfortable.
You can feel all the black magic voodoo you want. I am bleeding green this week. So y'all can do whatever the fuck you want.
There's been a few news headings going around that there's been some Swifties disappearing. I think she's been sacrificing a few to get that win.
She hasn't come to me yet, and I'm the one that's speaking shit. Taylor, bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on.
She's not sacrificing Eagles fans. She's sacrificing the Swifties. That's where the good blood is.
Why would you sacrifice your own member? I don't. No, that's money. That's money, dude. She takes like 5-minute private jet flights. She needs all the money she can get. She can't afford to be killing ticket sales like that. No.
Are you kidding me? She made like $1 billion in 1 year. I'm fairly certain she's worried just fine.
Okay. But no, I'm bleeding green this week. The Eagles are the home team for the Super Bowl this year, despite it being in New Orleans. But that means that they get access to the practice facilities and everything a week ahead of time. They get a lot of access that the Chiefs do not get. So that is making me feel real good. And also, apparently, Brandon Graham may be playing in the Super Bowl. He torn his tricep on the 24th. November 24th. Usually that's like a 4-month recovery. So he would be coming back a little bit quick. But listen, it's coming from Twitter, but they're saying he's in limited practice. So that's better than nothing.
Hold on a second. Can we Missy Elliott back and flip and reverse that? I didn't know that they had home teams and away teams. Is that designated by like a coin toss? So like, where do the Chiefs practice?
They'll be at Tulane, if I'm not mistaken. They'll be at a local college facility.
Okay. I just thought they both kind of go to like a local college facility and they hang out there. I didn't know they had like a whole away and home team.
No, they flip-flop. Well, I mean, of course you're going to have an away and a home team. You got to have the jersey. The away and home team is not just for jerseys there, FGK. Yeah.
Although the Eagles will be wearing their midnight green, the darker greens. It's going to be nice. It's going to look sweet.
Oh my God, it's going to be another Christmas Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yes, sir.
Another? Technically that is true because it was a little red on green action 2 years ago. Because I'm a little hesitant to add Jalen Hurts to the list because again,
we've learned.
Let me check my notes. Jalen Hurts was the reason that this three-peat even started to begin with, as he was the first quarterback that Patrick Mahomes beat to win the Super Bowl.
If I may, Jalen Hurts has grown so much since the last time he went up against Patrick Mahomes. And football is not a game about the quarterback when your running back is Saquon Barkley. We didn't have Saquon before. We have the best running back in the league now. I legitimately think we have a chance. And we're going to fuck the Chiefs, and we're going to take Andy Reid. We're going to take away all his cheeseburgers, because cheeseburgers are a privilege, and he didn't earn that privilege.
He earned a couple of bundle Rooskies. That's what that fucking piece of shit earned.
We're going to bundle Rooski some Ozempic into him.
Oh, God.
Bundle Rooski myself off a Roofski.
Bundle Rooski is going to give Kevin a conniption.
I am going to bundle Rooski my brains out, I swear to God.
Bundle Rooski do.
I'm so ready for all the tweets to be coming out of, oh my God, I'm so excited for the Super Bowl. Oh my God, all these commercials sucked. I only watched for the halftime show.
Yep.
Actually, you know what? The commercials weren't that bad. It's just copy-paste every single year, and it's getting old. I'm getting senile in my old age. I don't like it.
I know we get a new Dunkin' commercial with Batfleck and Damon or whatever.
Ooh.
So that'll be great.
And a baby Clydesdale in the Budweiser.
Naturally.
Well,
It's the first baby Clydesdale in a Budweiser commercial ever. And if we're lucky, maybe we get to see that fucking AI Pepsi commercial.
Nice. Oh, man, you guys are making it too good to be true.
hold on. Let me check. Yep,
Well, you
still
don't
have a pulse after all that. All right, we're good.
Woo.
And by pulse, you mean raging boner. I get it.
Oh, that's where my blood was.
The AI Pepsi commercial is going to give you a
pulsing.
raging boner?
Of course.
No,
I go,
the good ones.
Cola.
I mean,
good ones.
Listen, and Pepsi's all it
you know
takes.
what AI
Hit
can
me
do?
up.
Not much.
That's all it takes. Listen. Between that, the Puppy Bowl, Kendrick Lamar playing Not Like Us 18 times.
Song
at
of the year,
halftime
baby!
show, and people
Song of the
losing their
year, let's
fucking
go!
minds. I think this one is going to be a bit of a sneaky surprise of the
The Super Bowl's going to fucking rock. I'm going to get drunk as fuck. It's going to be awesome.
Because, holy shit, the 49ers do not know how to play exciting football in the slightest. The
No.
49ers play a bunch of football like a bunch of white men do. Yeah, boring.
Well,
Very boring. Kind of makes sense with the way that their team's set up. Captain Nick Bosa over there. It's like, oh man, we're not going up against another black quarterback, coach. Oh, well, I can't perform, allegedly.
I don't think
performance
it's alleged at this
anxiety.
point.
Happens to everybody.
just covering our ass. Well, actually, it's all right. Nick Bosa isn't listening. He's too busy jerking his brother off in the Pro Bowl or whatever.
Huh?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know. I didn't watch the Pro Bowl. I just know that Jared Goff
me
is
neither.
fucking Pro Bowl MVP, which is basically like the best person on your Special Olympics team. So who fucking cares?
Who the fuck wants to watch a bunch of, like, grown-ass NFL players play flag football? No, thank you.
Well, I sent you guys the score. Clearly, they don't have defense anymore. When it's 74
because you
to
can't
63 or
tackle
whatever.
anybody.
That's what I mean. I miss when it used to just be like the best possible defense of all time against the best possible offense. So you have, like, you know, Randy Moss getting a pass from Peyton Manning, and you're like, this isn't supposed to happen. But then all of a sudden you have Troy Polamalu flying in off the fucking side.
Palamalu.
The fucking Pro Bowl
I miss
hasn't
that.
been good since, like, 2015. When did they take tackling out of it? Like, I don't want to sound like a boomer, but that's legitimately when it started to suck. Is when they were like,
Well, yeah.
we're going to play it safe. Which, I get it. I get nobody wants to get fucking full contact. I get it. But, like, that's what makes football exciting, is that I get to watch a dude run 40 yards and then get his fucking head taken off. That's exciting.
Like, especially if Brian Dawkins is back there head hunting too, man.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
Instead, we
Yeah,
had
you
wide
want to watch
receivers
Brian Dawkins play
playing
flag
cornerback.
football?
They had wide receivers playing cornerback and cornerbacks playing wide receivers.
Yeah, for the
Wahoo.
fun of it. Let's see what happens. The waste.
So with all that being said, I think I was maybe in the boat of I don't know if I'm gonna watch before. I'm also gonna be at work for like the first quarter. I think I'll watch this here just for the pure thought of, gentlemen, this is our last football game till August.
Well, it's your last football
For you.
game. I still got one more.
Hey, you still got one more after the Super Bowl?
Oh, no, I thought you were talking about the Pro Bowl. Yeah, just the Super Bowl.
Oh,
the last
fuck
football
no,
game.
Fuck,
Yeah.
Pro Bowl's already done. Yeah, Super Bowl, the last one.
Again, for you guys.
Yeah.
Mike.
Oh, yeah,
if
Mike's
you
going to
wanna
watch the
find-
XFL.
If you
No,
want
it's
to
the
find,
UFL.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
it has a name, you
The
know.
you and me
Put some
FL.
respect on their motherfucking name.
The you can't see me FL.
If you want to find
No,
the
John
next
Cena
Jake
doesn't have anything to
Bates,
do with it.
I fully believe in you.
You know what? That is the one thing I can say. I knew Jake Bates was going to be good before you guys even had a sniff of him. So I'm
That's
happy
fair.
about that at least.
Mike
the
was a
hipster.
Jake Bates fan before it was cool.
Fuck yeah.
We're
it
all
was.
bandwagoners. Not Mike.
Oh, hold on. What if the Detroit boys this year, what if we coordinate? We all pick a day, we look at the schedule, because tickets to get in there, I can't imagine are any more than
Me and
What,
Kev,
20
me and
bucks?
Kev looked last year. It was $11.
Okay. One of the first vlogs coming to the 3 Counted Out channel.
Hell yeah.
The Detroit boys go to a UFL game to watch the Michigan Panthers, baby.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
I'm in.
Oh Jesus! I'm gonna miss football. It's like I want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it too because it's just gonna make me sad knowing that it's Ohio State and either Philly or Kansas City are gonna be the champs, and that won't change until fucking 7 months from now. Damn it.
Well, here's a question to take your mind off of it. Well, it's still about football, but
Okay.
do you think if this was in the realm of possibility, do you think the Lions should try and strive for Myles Garrett?
I do. Fuck them picks.
You do.
Fuck them
fair.
picks. I would really like to spend a first round, maybe 2, on a guaranteed commodity as opposed to a late first round pick taking a chance on an unproven rookie and wherever the fuck we finish up next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I tweeted it out earlier, but if you're an NFL GM and you're not one of the top defenses, your week just got a lot more interesting because now you have a lot to talk about.
And there's a lot of teams where if he gets added to a defensive line, that defensive line
Yep.
goes from pretty fucking scary to holy shit, how do you get past that?
Yeah, talk about an upgrade. That I saw somebody on Twitter that was like, you think Saquon leaving the Giants got people to think about their own worth? Because
Oh yeah.
Myles
Big
Garrett
time.
being on the Browns, why the fuck was he even there?
Well, between Saquon and Derrick Henry both going to better teams
Yeah,
and immediately having more success than they ever had at their other team, it's like, well, kind of tells you something.
you could also add Myles Garrett on the Raiders to that list too. Myles Garrett? No, fucking Max Crosby. Jesus, I got Myles Garrett on the brain. I apologize.
hey, maybe Myles Garrett could go to the Raiders. I don't know why he would, but maybe he could.
That's
No, I think
pretty shitty for him.
I still think the Lions should have or should try and figure out how to get Max Crosby, one of the only dudes before the season even started, so he didn't even know how it was going to go, that went, man, I would love to play in Detroit. I was an Eastern Michigan dude. I want to be there. And then everybody was just like, nah. Can't do it.
I just hope that both of those players just mentioned, they can go to multiple different teams as long as it's not any teams in the NFC North or the Philadelphia Eagles. Because, boy, tap dance and howdy, your defensive line don't need any more help.
We'll take it.
Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Jalen
listen.
Carter in the middle of the field scares me.
Myles Garrett, you want to join a Super Bowl champion team?
Oof. Oof. Oh, no, Detroit. You like Detroit. Yeah. Ooh, it's so close. Mhm.
Yeah, he won't have to drive far.
True. Zadarius Smith is already here.
Well, if you move to Philly, you don't have to drive far either.
I'll
We have better
personally-
cars.
Ooh, I'll wash your car.
I'll wash your car.
Wait, you're going to wash Jackal's car? That doesn't make any
No.
sense.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, sure, I guess. If you want to come to Philly, I'll wash your car. If that's what it takes to get you out here, sure.
I'll try some schnuggets.
Yeah, dude, we can get you some schnuggets and a schnoodie.
Which just sounds like you're saying shit nuggets.
No, it's
No.
Sheets. It's Sheets.
Sheets nuggets. I learned.
Oh.
Sheetsers
known.
rise up.
And I think that is the perfect snack to have once you are done watching the Super Bowl. Because I do think the Eagles have the best chance to beat the Chiefs. I do think they're going to have a much better chance than they did in 2022. Sirianni has been to the playoffs more. He's more experienced. I think the one thing that's not making me super confident is the one regular season game that they had last year where Sirianni's walking out of the tunnel going, "Well, what do you got to say now, Kansas City? See ya!" That's a lot of locker or bulletin board material that he wasn't planning on giving them. So...
Yeah.
I'm still very confident that Patrick Mahomes has yet to play an elite running back this year. I'll add, I know he's played Derrick Henry, but again, the Ravens did not use him well. So my heart really, really, really wants to go with Philadelphia. However, this is the Kansas City Chiefs that we are talking about here, so I will be the heel in this situation. I'll be the bad guy. Give me Kansas City in a defensive slugfest. I think it's going to be super fucking low scoring.
What the fuck did you just say? What sentence was that?
Kansas City 24, Philly 21.
Huh?
Kansas City gets the three-peat. Because this is the fucking Chiefs we're talking about here. There's going to be some black magic shit. Of course the Chiefs are going to win.
Oh my god. I never thought Jocko would say that Kansas City would get anything good in their life. You're giving them a three-peat?
The heel turn just happened.
Jesus Christ.
He's giving them history.
Fuck, I didn't realize there was a psychopath on this fucking podcast. Mike, what's your pick for the Super Bowl?
Oh.
Since we seem to be doing picks.
Sticks. Derrick Henry has, I don't know, like 370 rushing yards. And then Eagles win on a field goal.
What does Derrick Henry have to do with the Super Bowl?
I meant Saquon.
Nope. He's thinking about his ex-girlfriend. Road Raggy.
Thinking about better times for my fantasy football team.
Understandable. I'm still pissed that I came in third place after having a fucking perfect season or almost perfect season.
Shout out mostly Johanna.
Fuck off. You can fuck right off. Auto-drafted that shit. Auto-drafted that shit and traded and got lucky.
Fucker.
You know, I would love to say the auto draft worked in my favor, but it did until my whole team got injured in one foul swoop.
Yeah, that's wild. It was literally 1 week. Mike went from perfectly healthy to everybody's broken.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't expect Christian McCaffrey to be just the absolute drizzling shits either.
He's going to regress next year. Everybody's saying the Niners are going to be elite as shit. I think the Niners are going to take a big old step back.
Well, I'm sorry. They do have... I was surprised at the depth of their running backs, but, like, to me, personally, after watching Chris McCaffrey's seasons every season, that dude's got to be, if not done, close to done, because, man, his legs are basically just paper at this point.
He's the racehorse with a broken leg now. Like, it's shitty to admit it, but that's the truth when it comes to McCaffrey, at least. But
I mean, he just can't stay healthy. He's had, what, one healthy season his whole career?
If that's being generous, in my opinion. More football talk will come down the line once the Super Bowl's all done. We got plenty. Hell, throughout the course of the season, we could do an episode on each individual team to preview them for next year. The fucking Browns one's going to be real short, but you know what? We'll still do it on everybody. Why not? Another thing for us to talk about.
Hey, that sounds like a good idea.
Is it true the Baltimore kicker is headed to go kick for them?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking really?
Yeah, because we heard he's good
going to
pals
be a
with
Brown
Deshaun or whatever.
Justin, I want a ton from her.
The touchy boys.
Oh, no.
Gross. Yeah.
Sounds like the worst tag team name ever.
Yeah, it really does. Speaking of tag teams, great segue for you, guy Kev.
Thank you.
Royal Rumble happened this weekend, gentlemen. And boy, oh boy, we got some mixed opinions on this one. I like it. It opens up for some great talking points.
Before we jump into it, would we all like to establish our positions on the Rumble? I liked the Rumble, like I mean the pay-per-view in general. We don't have to get nitpicky into each match yet, but just kind of your overall feelings. I liked it this year. I thought it was fun. I thought it was unpredictable in some places. I thought they had some really fun surprises in the Rumbles themselves. Overall, I thought it was probably one of the better ones in a very long time. Definitely better than the greatest Royal Rumble ever that took place in Saudi Arabia. So, I mean, if this is better than the greatest Royal Rumble ever, then this one must have been pretty good.
I mean, it was pretty good. I had unpredictable. I'm gonna go no. This was definitely except for the very last match. Yeah, no one had Jey Uso going over. But as far as predictability goes, as soon as Charlotte showed up, we all knew it was going to happen. Like, none of us went, oh, maybe. We all went, okay, yeah, we can just go to the next match. You could argue the tag team title match could have gone either way, but even then, not exactly predictable. And at this point, I can definitively say the WWE title will never, ever, ever change hands unless it's WrestleMania. Ever. I think this is becoming a WrestleMania title. That's the only, and it can only be lost during big matches at WrestleMania. Heaven forbid it's a fucking Royal Rumble or, Chamber. I don't think it's getting touched if he even competes. This is going to be a WrestleMania title. It's beyond.
I have thoughts on that, but we'll talk about it later.
Besides that, though, still enjoyable. Calling yourself the best Rumble in the last few years is kind of saying like you're the least dull crayon in a 20-year-old box.
That's fair.
That's not really much to brag about. But overall, I will say it was still fun to watch. I've hated more Royal Rumbles. I'll say that. So a solid 7 out of 10 feels fair.
Yeah, I mean, not going super in depth into each match, but women's Rumble itself, good match, shit ending. Not surprising ending. Tag match, good match, meh ending. I don't think you needed that during that pay-per-view. Title match, amazing match, predictable ending. And then the men's was good all around. With a surprise twist at the end.
Yeah. Not my favorite then, but we'll get into that later. I'm getting too far ahead.
Top to bottom, best Royal Rumble in the past 15 years.
Ooh.
Top to bottom.
Ooh.
Sounds like Jack and I agree.
I loved this fucking pay-per-view because I love the pay-per-view. How I was able to consume everything and watched it, fucking terrible. Awful. Worst experience of my life. The content that I was watching, God tier. Fucking
How
amazing.
did you consume it? I'm confused.
Oh,
Anally.
would you like me to get into that now or save that for the end?
I'll leave it up to you.
That's it for the end.
Save it for the end.
Okay.
All right, the
All right.
Jackal
You gotta
story will come at the end.
you gotta listen to the end to know how Jack will listen to it. He's gonna have
Awful
to.
viewing
He's gonna
the
have to
viewing
stick around.
experience this year was fucking hot garbage. I have a big old bone to pick with
Well,
Peacock.
I think if you want to add another one on there, you're gonna have an even worse viewing experience trying to use Tubi to watch WWE's new show, WWE Evolve.
Fuck that.
Yeah, WWE Evolve. It is featuring their quote lesser known talent that are training in the Performance Center and like their WWE ID program. Triple H said he wanted this to feel like the early days of NXT where nobody knew anybody.
Which is exactly what it is. Yeah, it's NXT but with a different name.
Essentially, it's developmental. It feels like NXT is more for like teaching people how to be on WWE TV and like just having a space to train them. But then it feels like Evolve is going to be a little bit more indie based with the WWE ID program and just trying to, you know, I don't know if they're going to be recording out of the Performance Center or if they're just like taping matches and stitching it together. I really don't know. There's not much information about this. But I mean, it seems to be something that's being headed by both Triple H and Shawn Michaels. They've both done a whole lot of press about this over the past few days. And it's oddly enough in the NXT time slot. It's Wednesdays at 8:00.
I feel like it could be interesting, but also I feel like this might be something where it's really hot for the first month and then it's canceled by, this time next year. I don't see the longevity.
So, well, if you would have watched NXT at the beginning, you would have thought the same thing. So
yeah, and that's the thing is like if they're going with early NXT, that's worked.
Is Speed even still going? They're cute.
Yeah.
TikTok.
They're 3 minute. They're 3 minute show on Twitter. Yeah.
Who's the Speed champion right now?
Candice LeRae for the women.
Candice
LeRae for the women's, and I think Andrade for the men's.
Yeah, he was playing ping pong with Ricochet for a while, and I do believe he has it back.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, he's divorced now, so he needs that title.
That's true.
All the help he can get.
Yeah, he needs that money after that divorce settlement with Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, he sucks. He's not gonna be able to bang Ric Flair, his daughter, anymore.
Oh no, he'll still. Oh, I was about to say Ric Flair will probably still bang him. I don't think that's a problem, but
maybe
Ric Flair doesn't care if you're married or not. But yeah, so new WWE show coming out on Tubi, so I guess we'll see how that works. But to bring it back to the Rumble,
15 years.
15 years.
That is
I agree.
15 years. That is quite the statement. I did not think it was that good. Now, mind you, like I said,
guess what? 15 years ain't like 2002 and 2000 anymore. 15 years ago is 2010.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you might be onto something actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, yeah, I didn't think about that.
We're old now.
I still feel like there might be a good one in there, 2010 plus. I'll have to do some research.
Yeah,
what are you talking? You mean the Saudi Arabia Royal Rumble wasn't the greatest Royal Rumble ever? If it wasn't the greatest Royal Rumble ever, then why would they call it the greatest Royal Rumble ever? Would WWE lie to us?
Big gross jalapeno looking fucking title.
Shut up.
Oh
Rashid.
God.
I do, in a sense, agree with you because, like I said earlier, like calling this the best calling this the best Rumble in a while is not a big accomplishment. So, in a sense, I do agree with you, but I also don't feel like if in 15 years, if I can't find a better Rumble than this one, I don't know why we keep watching the Rumble every year. I'm hoping for at least one between
same
2010.
reason we've been watching WWE for the last 20 even though
it's just at this rate it's just hate watching. It's just I love it. Give me more.
Show me
for that one shining moment.
Show me one Rumble in the past 10 years where you can find somebody as annoying as I Show Speed getting speared in half by Braun Breaker, then thrown over the top ropes into the arms of Otis and thrown over the announce table. He got fucked. That was great.
Say when it first showed up, when the whole Tozawa thing happened, and he was like, "Speaking," I thought that was the most asininingly stupid thing.
Dude, they fucked Tozawa out of that. Did you know that was Tozawa's first time ever entering a Royal Rumble, and that's how it went?
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah,
sucks.
He put out a tweet saying like, I'm real grateful. It was my first time. I hope next year I get more than one step closer to the ring. And everyone in the replies were like, "Oh my God, this dude we need to save this man at all costs."
That's kind of shitty. But I will full on say, hey, you know what? Just the smallest molecule of respect for taking that big of a hit, because I've seen the videos from different angles. That was I think Braun Breaker had a score to settle or something, because that thing looked vicious. Either someone told him to kill him, or
Triple
he's
H
just not a
did.
subscriber and he doesn't give a fuck because that was a nasty hit.
Triple H told him to do it.
Yeah, I fucking hope so.
Triple H
happy.
said in the press conference that he felt kind of bad.
Kind of bad.
Kind of bad.
No, that was a monster hit. I loved that. That was a good hit. Thank God.
Yeah, and
It just made it that little bit better.
And that's the perfect guy for Braun Breaker to spear in half, because immediately the conversation that started off of that was, "You guys still think this is fake?" Like, I Show Speed just got fucking wrecked. And yeah, they hit him for real, and they threw him over the table for real. I'm sure with an actual wrestler, they'd probably be a little bit more safe. But like that was a beautiful spot. Unfortunately, what wasn't a beautiful spot was Drew McIntyre's elimination. It came with a little bit of controversy. Have you guys heard this?
Yeah, I'm curious who the person was. I don't think it was Priest.
So McIntyre,
No, they're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, for those not familiar, McIntyre is complaining, basically, that first of all, take this with a grain of salt, because it comes from PW Insider. Also, remember, Drew told us not to trust anything unless it comes out of his mouth or the WWE's. So, according to somebody backstage, Drew McIntyre, once he got through Gorilla, was pissed off and was screaming, cursing, complaining about people just wanting to get their moves in for the sake of stories in the match, blah, 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 blah. Apparently, he even left before the men's rumble was even over. Again, take that with a grain of salt, because it's from a dirt sheet, so who knows. But, yeah, I watched it back, I think, and Mike, you can agree with me, or you can have your own opinion. I don't know who you think it is, but I think it's LA Knight and Logan Paul, right?
It's LA Knight, yeah. That's from everything, again, like you said, from the quote-unquote random backstage source to the dirt sheets that are always correct, obviously.
Right, of course, yeah.
Everything is saying that he was pissy about LA Knight because LA Knight ran into him during his elimination, thus throwing things off. And he's like, he just had to get his move in. He couldn't, he couldn't stand by and let the story play out. And it's like, well, I think this is just them, gearing up Drew McIntyre to either say something on SmackDown or on Raw. That's all.
I wouldn't mind a McIntyre LA Knight feud. That actually sounds quite interesting.
Because it came out like right away, and normally when that happens, it's because they're doing an angle on it. So
yeah,
I'm assuming it's just going to be, he's going to come out and be like, "You screwed me up, blah blah. You're the reason I got eliminated," and then they're going to have a weird angle.
Yeah, and one of the things that I also see people online saying is they're like, "Remember when Drew didn't re-sign with the company? Blah 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 blah." He got re-signed by The Rock last year before WrestleMania. Drew is not going anywhere. He is way too important to the WWE, and the WWE knows that. Like, LA Knight and Logan Paul were definitely the whole elimination was confusing. Michael Cole was talking about Logan Paul and LA Knight. Wade Barrett was doing Wade Barrett commentary for LA Knight. And like everybody was talking about what was happening in the middle of the ring. So if that is a legitimate complaint, I get it. But also, like, I think that really hurt Drew McIntyre in the way of telling his story, because they still cut to him. You can see Logan Paul and LA Knight doing their thing in the middle of the ring. You can hear Michael Cole and Wade Barrett talking about LA Knight in the middle of the ring. But you're watching Damian Priest throw Drew McIntyre out of the ring. So, yes, I get it, but also, like, production still saved that. A production saved a lot.
Yeah, both feet hit. Both feet hit.
Both feet.
There's no
clear.
fucking
Listen, Penta, I get it.
that.
I get it, dude. I get it. You were nervous. I get it. Both feet hit, dog. Both feet hit.
That's all right. And then he became the Iron Man. Both feet hit, and then he went, nah. And then he became the Iron Man.
I love Penta. I guess while we're talking about production, two things that I wanted to point out that I liked that were apparently controversial on Twitter, which I don't understand how these two things are controversial, but apparently I guess I'm against the grain here. liked the ticker at the bottom of the Royal Rumble. Apparently,
I
people
like that
hated
too,
that.
Actually,
I loved it. I thought it was great. It told you when the next person was coming
People
out. It
really
told
have
you.
a problem with that?
Yeah,
it was a nice
yeah.
change.
I thought.
I know. I actually. Oh, I want that going forward from now on. I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that in
Well, and I
every
like that
match,
it
but
showed
in
the
stipulations
time.
where you have to track stuff.
Yeah, showed the time, showed like what they did, which I loved. Dom's was just part of Judgment Day.
Yeah. The guy who had the most amount of matches in 2024 in the WWE, which is part of Judgment Day. Or, I'm sorry, it was 2023.
I just want him to make the fucking thing look better. It just was a great block. Like, we could add a little bit of flair. Maybe I don't want to see the Fortnite advertisement up the entire Rumble.
But how
Maybe
else
have
will
it,
you
like,
know
flip.
that it's sponsored by Fortnite Season 2 OG? How else will you
maybe
know? They
thing
got
on the
Godzilla,
ring.
Jackal.
Maybe the thing on the skirt. Maybe the little banners wrapped around the arena. Maybe we could have Logan Paul come out at number 30 in a Fortnite t-shirt. We're drinking Prime for the kids. Who knows?
What a waste of a number 30 that was.
Oh God.
I like this Rumble. I do. I love it. I love it even.
Yeah, me too.
I have one glaring issue with the Rumble, and it's not what you think. I would just like to...
I'm sorry I didn't give you the reach around.
Okay, I have two things wrong with this Rumble, and it's not what you think. I'm going to read you off a couple of names in a row here. I just want to open this up to conversation.
Yep.
It goes John Cena.
What?
CM Punk.
What?
Yeet.
Seth Rollins.
What?
Yeah.
And then in succession, Dom Mysterio.
Don't slander him like that.
Sami Zayn.
Fair.
Uh-huh.
And Damian Priest.
Uh-huh.
That's punishment Martinez to you.
I have went from such a high, it's like, oh my god, Cena. Oh my god, Punk. Oh my god, Seth. Oh, Dirty Dom. Oh,
Hey,
Sammy got a late number entrant
Dom's
again.
a master, all right? Dom's better than John Cena.
Oh, Damian Priest is one of the final 3 entrants. Ugh.
Former world
Your
heavyweight
point.
champion.
So, to counter Jackal's point, and again, I get why some people wouldn't like it, but number one, you have to have some people that aren't going to be, the clear winners, although we say that and then look who won. But then again, you have Dominic Mysterio, who has been one of their better heel workers for the whole, his whole career. And then you have Sami Zayn, who is involved in, 6 different stories. He's involved in one with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, off and on with Drew McIntyre because Drew just feuds with anybody with a pulse. And then, again, they have Damian Priest, who they have been just trying to build up and trying to get to be a bigger name than he is. I think they need to just settle on the fact that he's probably going to be a mid-carder. I don't want to be mean about it, but I think that's what he is, right?
Oh, no, I'll say it. I recorded my reactions this year, and you can see it on my face. I go, all right, who's number 28? Oh, it's Damian Priest.
But
Yeah.
they think he's a bigger name, and, to that point, he was one of the bigger guys in the Rumble at that point. So, I mean, I get why they did what they did. Is it something that everybody wanted? No, but at that point, you also went, could I see them doing something weird with Dominic Mysterio winning? Sure. Could I see them putting Sami Zayn in the main event? Sure can.
Also, if I may just make a
won
comment,
the belt off of Gunther before, so
yeah,
or off of Drew. So I mean, that's entirely fucking possible too.
Yeah, and if I may just make a quick comment about Damian Priest, I think Damian Priest is a big name, just not for people of our complexion.
Very
Of
true.
course. Oh, of course. I know I'm not the target demographic.
I think he has a different target demographic than us. Although I am a Damian Priest fan, and I think that Damian Priest could, and I mean strong could be in the main event scene if he was booked the right way, but they're never going to be able to book him the right way because they have to book him as this, like, almost like boss, you know, like he wouldn't be wrestling a lot if they were like if they were going to do something right with him, he'd have to be like a special attraction. He can't be wrestling every week. But
no,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Really
Go for it.
What I would like for them with Damian Priest is the same thing he did with Bad Bunny. Throw him in some like hardcore matches. Throw him in some Extreme Rule matches. Like show that he doesn't just come out, look like, you know, as everybody says, the bisexual Undertaker. Make him do just some badass shit. Make him just start putting people through tables, whatever it is. Make him a threat. Instead of like,
I agree.
oh yeah, he's a massive dude that just loses.
I think some of Damian Priest's best work was with Bad Bunny in both matches. I think he did amazing in both of those. I think his best work was when they were with the Judgment Day and they were doing the who's in charge of the Judgment Day thing. And for a while, it was Damian Priest. And when they built him that way, when he was the bad guy, when he was the boss, he was in charge, he came across more menacingly. And I think WWE knows that, but at the same time, we don't want to see the Judgment Day again, right? Like, how long did that happen? How long did we complain about that? They're still going. Look at the Judgment Day now. Finn Balor came out to nothing. Zero pop.
Oh, yeah.
Not even booze. Not even booze. Not even the crowd going, whose music is this? They just saw FXNN and went,
oh.
Yeah, I never thought.
Okay.
However long ago, like 5-6 years ago, you could have said Finn Balor and Shinsuke were going to get the least amount of noise in a night, and I would have called you a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And because it was the same thing when Shinsuke came out. He came out, and I was like, oh, it's Shinsuke. Wow, they have him looking goofy, and just crickets, man. You could hear everything because nobody was making any fucking noise.
That's the United States champion right there. And nobody even knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I don't even think he knows at this point.
He's a samurai. He's doing samurai stuff. Okay. So you're going to have him gutting people? What do you put him in matches? Have him kick ass. Shinsuke Nakamura is one of he's like a legitimate shoot martial artist. He could kick anybody's ass in that ring and they don't let him go. I'm not saying he should be out there hurting people, but there are certain people that just, when they have that presentation, you know, like when like John Moxley is one of those guys where they're like, no, this dude's dangerous. This dude is for real. And yeah, he's wrestling in the ring. He's not actually putting people in chokeholds, but like a bulldog choke is a real move that was adapted for wrestling. Like that is a real chokehold in MMA. John Moxley uses that, you know, like that's the kind of stuff that Shinsuke needs to be doing. He's an amazing grappler. They just won't let him go.
Actually, to the point, you said, you know, they shouldn't have him actually injure people. That should be the angle, though, is that he's out there hurting people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
Because, I mean,
just like Damian Priest, he should be a problem.
Yeah, like Shinsuke, you want to build him back up, have him go out there and just start knocking people unconscious.
Also, you want to make that U.S. Championship mean something? You want to make that U.S. Championship mean something? You take Shinsuke Nakamura, have him do weekly open challenges, and just let him kick ass. Give him jobbers. Give him anybody. Just have him go out there and kick ass for a couple of weeks. Then he can build into something bigger. And that's just what he does. He just goes out there and kicks ass. And everybody would love it. Everybody would love it. But let's not spend all night on the Rumble because there were a bunch of other matches that happened. We mentioned the 2 out of 3 falls match, the tag team match. I do just want to... I want to give them their props. I really liked that like false tag that they did. That was clever. That was good. That got me. But I hated that finish, the Street Profits run-in. That was...
Sure.
Even commentary was confused. And that's how you know it's not good. When they're like, wait, I thought they took them out. Why are they... it's... I don't know, man. I feel like you could have just done that after the match and had a clean one.
Well, that's the thing, though. I liked it because, hey, Triple H, hey, Bud, the Street Profits are still here. These guys, these guys had an Extreme Rules match with a guy who doesn't work for you a year ago and have essentially dropped off the face of the earth since that point. I'm certain they've had week-to-week stuff going on, but now this is what you smell.
What, you mean you didn't like them being managed by BFAB?
Bless her heart. I'm glad. You know what? Let me say this about BFAB. I'm glad she's learning. I'm glad she's learning because she's had a good showing.
She looked better in the Rumble than I thought. And I guess we can go and talk about the Women's Rumble. I mean, that was, in my opinion, if you were looking for surprises, this is the Rumble that you looked at. Oh yeah. I loved this Women's Rumble, despite Charlotte winning at the end. I think that was kind of, everybody saw that part coming. But, I mean, hey, Nikki Bella back, and apparently back full time. She said she's going to be on SmackDown. She's going to just be around now. And Trish Stratus back. There were a couple NXT people that showed up. We got Roxanne Perez. Roxanne actually set a new Women's Rumble record, the longest ever in a Women's Rumble at 1 hour, 7 minutes. So, beating Bayley. We had Lash legend Jada Parker, Stephanie Vacour, and Julia. Those two will be up on the main roster in no time. Jordynne Grace, she fucking lied. I don't know if you guys do this, but Jordynne Grace put on Twitter a picture of her fucking tickets. She said she said she was flying from
that
fucking.
Ticket looked like something you made in Microsoft Word. All right.
Well, of course she made it in Microsoft Word. But she was like, I'm not going to be at the Rumble. I'm flying back to Austin to be with my mom for her 50th birthday, and like put the tickets up. And people were like, oh, okay, I guess like she's actually going. And like, you know, it was like they weren't really talking about her or anything. And then she fucking showed up. She fucking lied to us. But hey, that's the kind of shit that you need in the WWE nowadays. You need people that are willing to take it to that extent. And that are, you know.
Then, above all of that, fucking Alexa Bliss has a Stone Cold level pop.
Yeah.
For like 3 minutes. 3 minutes. People are losing their fucking mind because Alexa Bliss came back. I was like, see, that's a goddamn star right there.
Dude, I was one of them. When Alexa Bliss came back,
I
jumped out of my fucking chair. I jumped out of my chair, and you want to know the first thing I looked at? The first thing I looked at was that fucking jacket filled, and I mean filled, with Fiend Easter eggs. It was made by Jason Baker, the same guy that's made all the masks, the same guy that made the Fiend, everything. He is the guy. So he made this jacket for Alexa Bliss. It has a patch from the Fiend's pants. It has on one arm, it has play, and on the other arm, it has pain, much like the Fiend had hurt and heal. On the back, it says Fiend Forever. The Sister Abigail doll is Wyatt 6 themed, and most importantly, she has a red circle on her shoulder, which means Alexa Bliss is part of the Wyatt 6. That makes me excited. Because that is what the story has needed. It has needed somebody like Bo and Uncle Howdy were directly related to Bray Wyatt, but they were not directly related to the Fiend. We never got to that point with Uncle Howdy. Having Alexa Bliss there, now you have an angle that you can work, and now you have. I don't know how she fits into the story. I assume that she's probably going to make a tag team with Nikki Cross, which they've been a tag team before. And that tag team was great. So I love where this is going if that's the case. And then, you know, I think, you know, you think, well, you know, women's tag teams in WWE, well, you have Judgment Day, you have Raquel and Liv, and who threw Alexa Bliss out at the Rumble? Liv Morgan. So I think that's where we're going. And maybe, hey, you know, the Wyatt 6, they like picking on people that have given up on their family. Who else has given up on their family? Dominic Mysterio. So I think that's the angle here for the Wyatt 6 coming up. I think we're going to see a little Wyatt 6 Judgment Day action. And, you know, listen, again, this is just me pulling straws. This is me really banking on the fact that we're Triple H's favorite podcast. But the Fiend changed people. And who needs to go through a change? Finn Balor. I think we're getting the Demon. Oh, it's all coming together. It's all coming together.
I hope so, because Finn needs literally anything at this point. God damn, dude.
Yes, sir. And while we're talking about it all coming together, another theory that I have, a couple weeks ago, I said, Cena has 35 dates left. There's no way in hell he could be going for the World Heavyweight Championship. He's not going for the World Heavyweight Championship. Cena is going for number 17. So John Cena made it official. He said in the post-show, he gave a little statement here. I'm going to read it off to you. Just stick with me because it is a little bit long, but I think it shows kind of where they're going with this story. So John Cena said, and I quote, "In the 23 years I've been in this business, I know there are different perspectives about my path, but my truth is I've never used my opportunities for a spot that I haven't earned. Tonight was special for many reasons, but it has begun to sink in that it was my last Royal Rumble. Looking at the sign, I was down to 2, and I had a moment to let that energy sink in. I realized that Las Vegas is my last WrestleMania. The last time I main evented a WrestleMania was in 2013. I was there. But that is a long time ago. The reason hasn't been at the forefront of my mind. I've been a gimmick. I've been the first match. I've been in the middle. I've shared beers with fans because my truth, my perspective, is I've always done what's best for business. Tonight, standing in that ring, I wanted this experience to be a tour of goodwill. I've openly admitted I don't know how much I have left in the tank. I just wanted to do something that would be nice for all of us. And unfortunately, tonight, it dawned on me, that's not best for business. What is best for business is I main event WrestleMania. And what is best for business is for the first time, I confidently say that I'm going to win a 17th championship. So tonight, I'm announcing I will compete in the Elimination Chamber. I'm saying that because after 23 years of loyal service to this company, I feel I've earned it. And yes, I'm flying back to Hungary to film a movie. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my 5 other opponents 1 month to slander my name and bolster their self-confidence. So it sounds like John Cena's going for number 17. And if you read into that, he's like, yeah, I've been here for 23 years. I deserve this spot. I'm going to take it. And yeah, I'm going to go to Hungary. Slander my name. See ya. I think we're getting a heel Cena. And to make the numbers add up here, right? Because last week I was saying there's no way in hell the numbers add up. But they do. According to Busted Open, this is the latest that a WrestleMania has happened in April, happening on April 19th and April 20th. This gives us 36 weeks until the end of the year. There are 35 dates left on Cena's contract this year. And if you need it even more, Triple H agrees that John Cena deserves number 17. He said so in the same post show. He said, John says he's entitled to this opportunity. He's correct. He's John Cena. And to make it even better, you may be asking, well, when does Cena lose this title? If he wins at a WrestleMania, he has to lose it by the end of the year. How does that happen? On December 16th, 2025, in the TD Bank Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, that is where John Cena will lose the 17th WWE Championship. He will lose his 17th world title in Boston.
Damn.
I think we get Cena versus Cody. I don't know who's the heel in that situation. I want it to be Cody because during that ladder match, he seemed a little Homelander-ish. And then I think, I don't know who's going to take it in Boston, but I assume that at that point, it's going to be whoever WWE wants the next John Cena to be. Maybe it's Cody taking it back. Maybe it's somebody new. There have been plenty of people that have called out John Cena. One man who has been Joe Hendry. I don't know if Joe Hendry's ever going to win a championship. Maybe he'd win a WWE championship if he was in the WWE, but that has not happened. I don't know when his contract is up with TNA, but he's openly called out John Cena. There have been plenty of people that have openly called out John Cena. So I think they have a real interesting direction to go with that. And I think, listen, I think the math adds up. I legitimately think I I don't care. It's 2012 again, and I want to be a John Cena fan, and this motherfucker's going to win number 17.
Oh my God, dude.
And I want another Cena fact here. John Cena, every single year that he's gone on to get second place in the Royal Rumble, if he's then gone on to cut a promo saying that he wants to go to WrestleMania and win the World Heavyweight Championship, or win a WWE Championship, or win a United States Championship, or win an Intercontinental Championship, every single time he's won it. This is Cena's setup. This is the setup for Cena to win. It's worked time and time again in his career, and it's gonna work again.
Oh, dude, you are like the ESPN stat guy right now, pulling all these things that nobody's been thinking about. Holy shit!
Listen, full credit to the Busted Open for sending me down that rabbit hole, because they were talking about like WrestleMania being late in the year, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute, how many weeks are left? Like, if he's just doing TV, how many weeks are left? And if you only have 35 dates left, and you're going until December 16th, that's, let's see here, let me get my calendar here. December 16th is 35 weeks after WrestleMania.
So that's pretty much all of them, and then you're gonna have to take away a few for whatever many PLEs he's gonna do.
Well, I assume during those weeks he's just. I think I don't think they would do this with Cena, but I think if they're going to do 17, the way to do it is to turn him heel, because then he doesn't have to be on TV every week. And he's even said, look, I'm going to Hungary to film another movie. Like, he's not hiding that fact. And it's a little bit of the cockiness. It's a little bit, if you've ever watched early John Cena promos, it's a little bit of John Cena just coming into WWE, a little bit of ruthless aggression Cena. And he's given interviews where he said that he wants his last year in the WWE to almost be like, take every little part of his career that worked and put, like, he doesn't just want to be hustle, loyalty, and respect John Cena. He doesn't just want to be never give up John Cena. He wants to be kind of an amalgamation of all of those with his character. And I think, like I was saying in the group chat when he was saying it, it kind of felt a little bit Peacemaker-ish. It kind of felt a little bit like he's going to play the villain, and we're all kind of going to be okay with it.
Well, I can tell you this, he didn't do shit during the Rumble, so they're going to have to do something else for him. Because he was definitely protected during that Rumble. He sat in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Him and Penta right next to each other.
Well, yeah, Penta was sleepy. John was just, I'm old, leave me alone. And they were like, all right, you go over there, Grandpa.
Well,
I think the build-up and also Elimination Chamber are going to be very, very telling on how the rest of everything is going to go.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And hey, at least John Cena, at least he wasn't in a championship match this PLE, because we had one in what turned into, I guess, a championship versus championship match, because they had both belts above the ring. Yeah. But in a ladder match, we had the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, versus the Canadian Dream, son of a security systems technician, Kevin Owens. I just want to know how either man didn't come out breaking their back, or in Kevin Owens' case, just fucking dying. How is he alive?
I actually think currently right now in Indianapolis, he's still folded up like a pretzel because the referee refused to take that man off of his neck.
That was the only way I knew he wasn't legitimately hurt, is that they kept him like that.
He stayed there the whole goddamn time. Cody celebrated for 20 minutes, and Kevin Owens was sitting on his head the whole time. The poor bastard.
Cody came back. To taunt on his dead corpse.
Yeah, and hey, while we're talking about who's the heel, that's your apparently supposedly babyface champion. I don't know about that.
He's our sweet baby boy. What do you mean?
I don't know. I mean, listen, we're talking about John Cena giving a Peacemaker promo. It kind of felt a little bit Homelander from Cody Rhodes. It kind of felt a little bit like end of AEW teasing turning heel Cody Rhodes. That was
Listen.
Yikes.
Heel Cody on the Indies was one of the best Codys I've ever seen. If we can get that back.
Oh, I love it.
If we can get that back, I will be watching TV every week.
If WWE really wants to have my money, then they have Cody Rhodes reform the Bullet Club in WWE. Don't call it the club. Don't call it the OC. Have Cody Rhodes, Finn Balor, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson the Bullet Club.
Holy shit.
Well, the Bullet Club's just sitting there doing what?
Nothing.
All and nothing.
Jobbing out in NXT or whatever, you know?
Well, they were. They haven't been on NXT in a long time.
Doing TikToks with Mia Yim.
Don't you mean Mitchin?
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Yeah, Michin or Mitchin?
Michin, Mia Yim. Yep.
That too.
No, Mia Yim. Mia Yim, thank you.
God, we have so much ADHD. We got the Mia Yim somehow talking about heel Cody Rhodes. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. But no, I mean, that match was fucking insane. But the only thing that bothered me about that match, and this is, I know what we're getting when we have Pat McAfee on commentary, but this is a serious match. These dudes are beating the shit out of each other. Pat McAfee, little ladder! Shut the fuck up, dog. This is a legitimate match. These guys are killing each other, and you're screaming about a little ladder, and Michael Cole's making jokes about how Hornswoggle used it in a Money in the Bank. Shut up, dog. Like, time and place.
I do think if they do not add the little ladder into WWE 2K25
it
this year,
better
I'm going to be mighty disappointed.
With the amount of work that McAfee put into getting that over, it better be in 2K25.
It was a damn good match. They beat the piss out of each other. Kevin Owens did all of his Kevin Owens ladder spot moments. The fucking ending was brutal. Cody getting the move off the top rope and fucking bounced up to his feet immediately afterwards. I love that. Yeah, I kind of agree. McAfee needs a little bit of a reminder of like a when and where. Maybe read the room on the comedy commentary. Just a skosh. But other than that, shit was great. Sami Zayn, kind of, they're unnecessary. Didn't really do anything, but it just sort of was a little odd in my opinion.
Well,
Sammy, the entire time they were saying was going to run in. What happened to that?
Well, yeah. So real quick, they've been teasing that Sammy is going to be the one to kind of lose his shit. That's why he keeps on accidentally, quote unquote, knocking the fuck out of Seth Rollins.
Accidentally. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And so they're kind of gearing towards like, oh no, is this going to be, are we getting bad Sami Zayn finally? Even though, that happened, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago?
Fairly recently.
And it didn't work.
So that's what they're like. They basically were doing is he going to interfere? Is he not? Is he going to be that guy, or is he going to be just a good guy Sammy?
He should just be good guy Sammy. Bad guy Sammy doesn't work. Like, it's just not... It doesn't come across well.
Paranoid Sammy or Conspiracy Theory Sammy was kind of funny.
Fidel Castro Sammy. Yeah.
Yeah, technically him being a quote-unquote bad guy while he was in the Bloodline, that worked because he wasn't actually a bad guy. He was just the comedy relief, but he's so fucking good at it. But, yeah, him just outright bad. I don't know. I guess we haven't really seen it. We had him as a conspiracy theorist. We had him as the Bloodline yuck man. I don't know. Well, you have him grate somebody's head with a cheese grater or something. Let's see how that works out.
I'd argue that we haven't seen a truly bad Sammy because every time they try to do it, it ends up more as comedy because that's just how Sami Zayn is. It's not bad.
Well,
it's not a knock against Sami Zayn.
We like that guy.
Yeah, it's the fans being like, no, we're not gonna hate Sami Zayn. Like he's, there's even a group like it's the same group that like, granted I'm part of it, but the Kevin Owens is right group, right? Like Kevin Owens is right. Why are people trusting Roman Reigns? He was He was kicking people shit in for a fucking year. Why is Cody Rhodes? Why is he teaming with Roman Reigns? They went 2 years at each other's throats. Why are they teaming together? Kevin Owens is right. It's the same thing. Like whenever Sami Zayn does something, whenever he's a conspiracy theorist, well, hey, maybe it's a legitimate theory. Maybe something's going on. Maybe people are really coming after Sami Zayn. Maybe Elijah is Elias.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah,
or
Talk about that nonsense here.
That Joe Hendry guy took his job.
the best part of the Rumble was after Joe Hendry gets eliminated and Sheamus goes, I was enjoying that.
I was fucking watching that fella.
He just starts yelling at him. He's like, I was enjoying that. Bring it back.
Well, and he goes, even afterwards online, he goes, can we put most time believing as a record?
When is Joe Hendry's contract up?
Not soon enough.
Is that it's a multi-year type thing?
You owe me a kiss on the lips.
Oh, you got me.
Well, since they just put the title on him, I'm gonna imagine it might take a second or two. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Also, did you like?
They own TNA. Do you think he'll get to keep his theme?
They don't own TNA.
What are you gonna change it to? Joe Hendry.
No,
also,
I don't know.
Also, didn't Joe Hendry make his own theme? Isn't that his music?
Yeah, it's not TNA's song. It's his song.
You take that with you. Yeah, if you made the music, it's yours. You can license that.
Don't tell Jeff Hardy that.
Jeff Hardy has done it multiple times. The Hardy Boys music was royalty free before he put lyrics on it. It was a royalty free track. It was used in a car commercial.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was like a Mercedes commercial or something. It threw me
Was
off.
that before or after the DUI?
By the way,
Before.
Okay.
Was Jim Johnson the one that made Seth Rollins' theme song?
The first one, I think.
That might have been CFO $.
Yeah, I think those CFOs.
The only reason I ask is, so I was listening to The Summoning by Sleep Token today. And
yes, they're the same.
If you go like a minute and 15 in, I was like, that's just Seth Rollins' theme song.
They did that on purpose. Did they? Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, trust me. It's on my gym playlist. I was thinking the same thing whenever I heard it the first time, and I was like, I have to find this.
Yeah, today I was just like, because I've listened to it before, and I'm like, wow, man, those are really similar. And then today I rewound it. I was like, that's just Seth Rollins right in the middle of this theme song.
Yeah, they're not very similar. It's they're just playing Seth Rollins' theme for a breakdown because they thought it sounded cool. They're also big WWE fans, so.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Obviously, if they're putting Seth Rollins' music in there, it's like.
Def Rebel still deserves to be fucking publicly executed, though. Honestly.
Oh yeah, take him out. Yeah.
So
take him out to a square and shoot him.
Rumble. The fact that you didn't know who 12 of the people were that came out because all of the generic ass stupid fucking theme songs.
Yeah, let me tell you, it stuck out. You could tell who got the treatment and who didn't. It was that's even the jobbers used to have good themes, like now you just get fucking, now Bailey's coming out to role model, or fucking Naomi has to spell her whole name before she comes out. And you know what? It's all because of fucking New Day when they were feel the power. Biggie's yelling into a mic. That's what started it all. Like,
and Def Rebel went, that's pretty good. I like
that. You know what to help them know who's coming out if they spell their name or say their catchphrase.
Okay, what do you think we can do? I don't know. Spell a name. People are dumb.
We are dumb, but
yeah, no. I mean, dumb. I get Jim Johnston wanted to retire, but like, please, I'll pay any amount of money for him to come out of retirement. Huh?
Fuck Jim Johnson at this point. With how much money you're making off of Netflix and all these highest profit money making shows of all time, go get some licensed music.
I mean, I won't say no to that either.
Shit.
Listen, some of the best themes of WWE's history have been themes that have been made by other fucking people.
I wonder why that is.
And that's coming from a musician. That is like, some of them just suck. Some of them are great. But the Def Rebel themes are, I thought something came out a while ago that like they were gonna stop working with Def Rebel. So like, is it still? It's still Def Rebel making these themes?
They're not renewing their contract.
I thought it was like they were done. Oh, well.
I just think it means like, hey, when their contract's up, guess what? No more Def Rebel.
Thankfully, we don't have to suffer a lot longer.
Yeah.
When is it up? Do we know?
The effects of,
is it like just end of the year?
Oh, fuck no. Yeah.
God.
Well, actually, I don't know. It could be 2 fucking years for that contract.
Yeah, hold on, I want to see if I can. I want to Google this real quick because now I'm legitimately curious.
We will sadly suffer the effects of the Def Rebel wave. We might hear Role Model for a few more years.
When I type when is Def Rebel, it just goes to. Okay, it says Def Rebels. They're not considered. Hold on, I'm going on.
Anticipation is killing me.
Well, it's even worse because like the Pure Fusion Collective is a prime example, right? Like they're already booked super poorly. They're booked as jobbers, which fine, but at the same time, give them some fucking hope.
So Def Rebel, their thing expired at the end of 2024.
Oh, so that means any music going forward now is going to be someone else.
No,
I mean
because Motor City Machine Guns.
Well, maybe that was before 2024.
Look at what happened with AJ Styles. Styles came back and he dropped his old 40 shit.
Look at Penta. It's Def Rebel. It's just good Def Rebel. That's the thing that pisses me off about Def Rebel, is that they can be good. They can put out amazing bangers like Penta's music, but then you get fucking Finn Balor coming out to like the Booze of the Damned. What the fuck was that? Like it was.
Well, and that's like a brand new theme song too, wasn't it? They were just like, here you go. We thought of this in our sleep.
I feel like you can't do a new theme song at the Rumble because like that's what people are listening for. That's what. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
that's weird.
A rumble. Half of the rumble is the music hitting, if you know it is. Not like, oh, look, some tunes. Who is it? I can't see because I'm in the fucking nosebleeds. Is that a white guy? Oh, that's Damian Priest. And then it's who cares anymore?
Definitely not a white guy. Oh boy,
no.
Furthest
Damian
from
Priest
actually.
is not white.
Not
exactly.
Caucasian.
But
Very
Def Rebels over
Puerto
here
Rican.
going like, how can we kill music for the next year?
I think they're looking to kill the music. I think they just suck.
I want to murder it.
I don't think
want to murder the music.
I think it's just WWE's production team didn't give a shit because they were too busy looking at nudes or whatever. Like,
Oh, let him.
I'm sorry, allegedly looking at nudes.
We know what JBL was looking at.
I guess I didn't.
Yeah, well, you say big fat women?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Verbatim. You got it.
He's looking at
Jesus. Okay. All right. We're cutting that out.
Why? Hard cut.
Yeah, hard
We're
cut.
back to it. Kevin
And
just
we're
showed
back.
everybody penis in group chat.
But yeah, no, I don't think WWE was looking to kill their entry themes. I think they just didn't care. Because like a lot of smaller production changes have been coming through WWE. The commentary table is upgraded. We talked about it before, but the ticker at the bottom of the Rumble this year, for the first time ever, they finally elevated the fucking entry. You know, that giant ramp that they go down for all the PLEs because they're trying to pack people in. They finally had it elevated so that way all of the people that were not, 6 foot tall could be seen over the crowd. Like they're making these tiny production changes that are going a very, very, very long way. And I think the music is definitely one of the, WWE has said that it's one of those things that they want to improve. They already said that they were going to stop working with Def Rebel. I guess these are probably ones that they already had contracted, if I have to guess. As somebody who did commissioned work myself in the past, generally once a commission is started, I'm not going to let somebody cancel it. So I assume that this was something where, like, for Finn, they probably had them working on it, probably started working on it in like December and then just delay. Hey, we have the Rumble coming around. We'll wait for that,
The way it sounded like they made that in the afternoon over a cup of coffee.
I mean, maybe,
Woof.
I don't know. Was it Def Rebel who made that theme?
I think so.
If it sucks, it's probably Def Rebel.
I don't know what I
They
don't
should
know
get-
what it's called, so I can't look it up.
They should get Downstat to do it. The people that did Cody Rhodes' music. That should be like their default go-to for WWE themes. Those dudes got it nailed. They also
Yeah, but they don't care about who's got it
Downstat
nailed.
also did Matt
They care
Cardona's
who's the
music.
cheapest bidder.
I just want, I don't care who does it, I just want some change. I just want change, please.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah,
Anything is better than nothing at this point, for the love
Anything
of
but
God.
Def Rebel, please. Hey, WWE, I got you. I'll make your music for you. Hit me up. My DMs are open.
Hey, there we go.
My DMs are open. Hit me up. I got you. I got FL Studio and a guitar, and I can spell out Naomi. I can do it.
Not to brag, but at one point, for like a night, played the harmonica. So, I mean, hey.
Oh, he's a bit of a musician, he is.
I'm willing to
Hey.
work for a couple $1 million a year. I won't break the bank. You know, I'm really cheap.
Leave some ass for the rest of us, bro.
Save some pussy for the class, please.
I mean, mine's a legitimate offer, though, WWE. I do have stuff on streaming platforms. Mine's a legitimate offer.
Hey, mine's a
Please.
legitimate offer too. It's just 90% of the music is going to be off of an off-tune harmonica. I'm serious though.
I'm sorry. As soon as you said off-tune harmonica, I just started
Well, yeah, I
thinking...
didn't say it was good at it.
I just started thinking about Big Show's music, and now I just have stuck in my head, well, it's the Big Show!
See, I could do that one.
Now, FGK, are you going to be like walking sideways and kind of horizontal like Big Show does now, or is that just like a perk?
Ooh, that just comes with it.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's Braun Strowman's job now.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I forgot.
Yeah. If you see the way that man's walking, his knees are held together by my hopes and dreams.
Those big dudes don't...
Ugh.
Those big dudes don't move long.
No. No, not unless you get the fake knees like Kevin Nash.
Was that before or after WCW?
After.
During, before, and
Oh, no.
Every time he ripped an ACL.
that man has the most robotic, probably, knees in the history of knees.
Oh, him and Undertaker. Apparently, Undertaker's knees are like fully
Oh,
robotic.
yeah,
he says.
yeah. After wrestling, Undertaker was like, you know what? I need new ones. And they were like, well, we can
well-
fix. And he's like, no, new ones.
Well, he was still, he was working more than the 300 dates a year that they used to be doing. He used to be doing 400 or 500 dates a year and doing a tombstone every single time. Sometimes multiple tombstones a match. Like, yeah, you fucking jam your knees in the fucking mat every time. It's like Hulk Hogan. We give him shit. He lost didn't he lose like fucking 3 or 4 inches because his spine's compressed from a leg drop? Like,
Oh, he'll be fine. Rub some dirt on it.
well, yeah, I mean, again, he gets all the shit he deserves, but like, these dudes do it for so long and they do the same move for so long. It's just bound to happen. It's unfortunate, but it's bound to happen. Speaking of unfortunate but bound to happen, it is unfortunate but bound to happen that we end this episode. If you enjoyed us, you can find us over on Twitter and Blue Sky. You can find us at 3 Count Out Pod. You can find us on YouTube at 3 Count Out Podcast. Make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification button because we have a fun February for all of you. We have a video coming out every single Monday. There's one out right now, and there's another one coming out next week, and then there's another one coming out the week after that, and then there's another one coming out the week after that. And some of them are very, very entertaining. You are not going to want to miss them. If you enjoyed me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1, YouTube at EraV1 Music, or on all major streaming platforms as EraV1.
If you like me, listen to this podcast over and over and over again, and listen to it while you sleep so you can see us in your dreams. If you don't like me, you can tell me I will be behind your local Little Caesars in their dumpster.
I have a lot more to say, and not a lot of time to say it. So you're going to be getting another video from me, Jackal Joker. You'll probably see that video before this podcast comes out. and then I'll tell my story about how poorly I had to watch the Royal Rumble.
Oh wait,
then.
no. Tell that now.
Nope.
I want to hear it.
I
want to hear it.
Nope, you gotta
fuck
wait for
you.
the video.
Fuck you. I want to hear it.
YouTube.com/Jackal.
I'm leaving this recording on until I get to hear how Jackal watched the Rumble.
Well, it all started when the person in the call.
Well, I guess he's not getting fucking pinned.
Wow.
If you also hated the fact that bitch hung up, you could follow me at youtube.com/fireguykev. That's all I got to say about it. So, gentlemen, we're in a bit of a predicament here.
Yeah, I'm keeping this recording until I hear Jackal.
No, it's okay. You know what? I worked 12 hours and then I ended up driving for an extra like 2 or 3. So I will just lay down. What do
you guys know how he
You know
watched
what?
it?
I also worked 12 today. So if you don't mind, I just like lay right on top of you.
Okay, that works for me.
All right, there we go. Oh, this is nice.
All right, I guess I'll count it. 1,
Okay, yeah.
2, 3. All right, ring the bell.